Hey Google, turn on the basement light. Hey Google, turn on the... Jesus. Hey guys, this is Joe Tech from JoeteckTips on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And today I have an incredible product for every homeowner. And every homeowner should have this device, regardless if you have solar or not. So this product is called Sense, right? This thing is absolutely unbelievable. I'm going to explain to you what it is and what it actually does. It actually monitors all of your AC power usage. It's a very unique device. We're going to do an unboxing and installation. And let me just put a disclaimer out there. Sense recommends that you have a licensed electrician to do this installation. However, if you feel comfortable enough to do it yourself, I can do it. But I feel very comfortable doing myself, but just putting that warning and disclaimer out there that Sense recommends a licensed electrician. So that said, this product is extremely intelligent, and this is the part that's really interesting. Every electrical device in your house that's plugged in and being used has a unique signature on how it operates. How it cycles, how it turns on, how it does something, whatever it does, how it turns on, turns off. That particular signature, that I guess we're going to call it RF, gets transmitted through the AC wiring in your home, and that is detected by this product called Sense. The reason why it's called Sense in the first place, and it monitors all of that products that's in your house and lets you know, oh, is this a microwave? Oh, is this a refrigerator? And it'll tell you what brand it thinks it is and what model it is. Now, the unique part about this particular product is that if the product is malfunctioning, it'll let you know. Like, well, this is what it's supposed to do, but this is what it's doing, and it'll tell you that the product could be malfunctioning or failing, like a refrigerator or compressor not going on too often, or defrosting too much, or the air conditioner compressors going on too much for an air conditioner, that kind of thing. So this is unique. This is a very unique product. I will have a link in the description below to purchase it if you wanted to get it. It is quite expensive. It's $350. There are 3 models. This happens to be the Sense Flex, which allows me to have solar monitoring as well. So if you have solar panels and you want to be able to monitor your input and how much is being drawn and how much is this thing could do all of that. So let's do a quick unboxing of the product. And I also want to put out there, if you do buy it from Amazon, it will, and you do the whole setup and everything seems like it's working, and then you have monitor lockout. That means that the product has been returned from a previous registered system. So box it up, send it back, and get another one. So that's what I recommend. That means that someone returned it and never deleted the location. And I've spoken with tech support, and they've had major trouble trying to re-register it with my home. So just a suggestion, if you see that monitor lockout, I'll have an image on the screen what it looks like, and then just return it, box it up, and send it back to Amazon and get another one. All right, so these are the clamps. These are the amp clamps that go right around the monstrosity cables of your electrical box. These go around your main connection. The solar will have the same thing, and they're specifically for the solar, and we're going to show you that. So this is the solar box, and these go around the solar cables that go into your system, and this will monitor your solar input and usage and whatnot. So this is a very unique system, and I'm actually extremely excited to do this. Now, this is also Bluetooth and wireless, so it does have a wireless antenna that goes on the outside of your box. So make sure you have a good Wi-Fi connection somewhere in your basement or wherever your electrical panel is. Make sure you have some sort of extender because it'll require Wi-Fi to communicate to your cell phone over the internet and let you know what's going on, and it'll alert you in certain things. Some people might want to install it outside the electrical box. It does come with a holder that can go outside of the electrical box, but I'm going to have mine on the inside. So we're actually going to do the installation as well. I'm going to show you how it's done, the whole thing. Wiring it up in the box downstairs, and then setting up the software and showing how that's done. So we're going to get to that momentarily. So let me show you the device itself. So this is the Sense item itself. It has the ability to do flex capability. So if you don't have solar yet, like myself, you can add it on down the line, which is great. This is the antenna connection here. Let's see, there's not much to it. So this is the power coming in, and what they recommend that you do is that you have a dedicated 240 volt breaker. However, this only uses 1 amp, so if you wanted to piggyback alongside another breaker, you can. That's what the instructions claims that you can do. It doesn't require, you're just piggybacking another breaker, but this uses very, very little power, so it's going to be minimal, and it needs to be connected to a 240 volt double breaker device. So we're going to do the installation of this. I'm going to show you how it's done, and let's get to it. As you can see, this is the main panel, and we want to be very careful. I can't shut off the main, so I'm going to be doing this I'm doing this 100% live. So this is the main breaker. Those are the two monstrosity of cables that are coming in for the 100 amp service. So what we want to do first, get out of the way, is do a punch out on the side of the box. All right, because that's where the antenna is going to go. So let me just show you real quick what I'm talking about. Right there, I have a punch out that I already did for the antenna, okay? That must go in like so. So this goes like this and snaps into place, and you screw on the antenna. And then you put the antenna up like that. Okay? It'll move around because that's what's going to happen. The other thing we need to do is that we need to piggyback or wire in this cabling. Now, since we're going to be piggybacking off of a 240 volt breaker, this 30 amp, I'm going to shut this off. All right, just to be 100% sure. That's one thing I'm going to shut off.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
All right, so this is the black. So we want to put that in. Now remember, these are not live because I shut the breaker off. Put the black wire in, tighten it down, and we're going to tug on it to make sure that it's in, because I don't want it to fall out. Okay, so that one's good. We're going to put the red wire in, loosen up the cabling, the breaker that is, and we're going to slide it in as well. And we're going to tighten it down. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to tug on it after it's cranked down. Okay, tug, we're good. Now we're going to do the neutral. Now the neutral is always the bus. That's this side. If you look carefully, you can see the ground, all the gold or copper wires you see. I will zoom in for you. The copper and the ground and neutral are the same thing, but we're going to call it neutral. So I'm just going to screw in this here and pop this wire right there and screw this down. Just make sure I'm not on the insulation. Crank this down. Now we have it installed. The cabling is installed. Okay, so this is the source of the power. So before we turn it on, we're also going to wiring in the clamps. So these clamps have to go around these things, around the power. Like so. And these have locks on them, so they can't fall out. So once you're done, let me just show you. Once you get it locked in place, once you have it done, you put this in and it'll lock it. It'll prevent it from opening. This is really a nice feature. Okay, so you want to put this around this one. I'm going to put this one around this one. And that's how it has to be, just like that. All right, but now we need to somehow wire this through so it's not much of a mess, because we don't want it to be, you know, too crazy. So we're going to go down this side of the breaker panel. I'm going to run this behind everything like so, being very careful because I don't want to electrocute myself. Okay, pulling it through. Like so. So now we're good. That's installed. So now we take the Sense device itself and we plug in the antenna. Like so. We just put it in and start screwing it. It's real simple. That's in. Then we plug in the one section here for the main power. This is the solar. We're not going to do that yet because I don't have solar yet. I can add that in later because this is the Sense Flex. So we can add that in later. So we're going to plug this in here like so for the ammeter. And then we're going to plug this in on the device like so. This will eventually, when I turn on the breaker, we'll have everything. So we're going to lay this in like so inside the breaker box. Okay, we're just about done. So now, actually, we zip tied everything, made everything look nice and neat. I could put the panel back on, like so, and this will go like so. However, we're going to leave it off for this demonstration, for this installation. So now I'm going to power on the breaker, and I'm going to shut the light off because I need you to see everything here. So let me shut the light off here. And this whole thing is going to glow. And then we're going to go to the software, and we're going to start setting this thing up. Hey Google, turn off the basement light. All right, well, I didn't think that through. All right, so let's turn the breaker on. And then I'll shut the light off. So now you can see the device is powering up. You need Bluetooth for the device to connect first, and then it'll go through the whole thing for Wi-Fi, and you can get it to your network. And then we'll start setting up the Sense, so it can start seeing devices and so on and so forth. There's wireless going on right now, I mean Bluetooth. So that's how you know it's actually going for Bluetooth. And we're pretty much just about done here. And we're going to go to the software now. So now you could kind of see what's going on. And let's go to the software. Okay, now download, go to Google or iOS, whatever you, Apple Play, whatever. I'm on an iPhone, guys, so I have no idea. And download the application Sense. Okay. Now you want to click on Get Started. And you must do this close to your device. Do not walk away. Do not go upstairs. Make sure you're nice and close to the device because it needs to use Bluetooth to do it. Okay. So I hit Continue. It's trying to detect the monitors. It sees it. So we're going to click on this. Connecting to Sense. Verifying the installation. Detecting. It sees my Wi-Fi. So we'd enter in the passphrase rather. We're going to hit connect. Now I have an access point downstairs by my server, so this will work out very well. We're done. Connection test. Finished setup. Finalizing. Hey, I just heard the thing. Did you hear it? It made a noise, so that's good news. So now this is where you set up an account with Sense. And I'm not going to show this part, but I'm going to narrate through it. But that's pretty much it. And then we're going to get started in the software itself. So let me do this and we'll get back. Okay, so now we're done. We created the account. And this is what it looks like. So now we're both doing this at the same time because I have no idea how to do this because we're doing it real time and we're both learning at the same time. So bubble building is in progress. So it's detecting and determining what is being used for power. So the install is telling me right now that I'm using 1214 watts of power right now. Like, what the hell is being used? This is crazy. So I'm going to go upstairs. Let's check this out. Hey, Google, turn off the basement light. Wow. There you go. There are a bunch of LED lights. That's pretty cool. I'll just save 200 watts right there. That's pretty impressive, or just about 200 watts. I do have a bunch of LED lighting. That's pretty sick, actually. Going up the stairs right now. Wow, it just went up to 1400. That's crazy. What the heck? So let's see. So the air conditioning in the bedroom could have kicked on. So let's see why it's doing that. So I guess it's determining the bubbles now. We're learning at the same time here, folks. This is pretty cool. So that's power. Let me go back downstairs again just to make sure that it didn't lose connectivity. That would be kind of crappy. So let me go back downstairs and see if it's truly Bluetooth or not. All right, so it's doing something. I'm not really quite sure. So let's go to dashboard. Compare similar homes. Go back to power. Now. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. 1700 watts. That's pretty cool. So I did put the basement light back on again. Shut off the light. That's sick. So you know what's being used and what's not, and how much power is being. Now I have LED lights for the YouTube studio that I have here. Let me shut these off. Wow, that is sick. I do have my computer on in my bedroom. The big 3690. I'm sorry. 30. What is it? 39. My God, I even remember what I have. It's a Threadripper 3960X. Computer. Let's see. Let's shut off the air conditioning in the bedroom. Shut that off. Let's see how much power that uses. Wow! Holy crap! That air conditioner uses a lot of energy. Jesus Christmas! All right, so let's. So right now the computer is turned on. So let's power up the computer. See how much power this uses. So we'll say 870 watts with the computer running. And we'll see how much power the rest of the house uses just by itself without running anything. So I do have a bunch of, let's see what it goes down to. Holy crap. That's crazy. So that's going to go 48 hours and start scanning. So that's pretty cool. I like that. See Devices, doesn't know that yet. Okay, drop down, look at that. It went back up to 500. So something's going on downstairs on the servers. And this is settings. So accounts, security, notifications, my home, connected devices. Oh wow, so we could do network listening, which is turned on. Ecobee thermostat, I do not. I have the Nest. So we're going to see how all this stuff is going to be sensed. So we could do the 400 amp split service for sensor sources, but it seems to be working fine. So even have Google Assistant. That's kind of cool. Open Google Assistant. So this is good. We can actually enable this for Google Assistant. That'll be a whole nother video on how to set up Sense with Google Assistant. That'd be great. Does Philips Hue, Wiser Home Devices, and IFTTT, which is majority of the smart devices. My home is a smart home, so that's interesting enough. I do have Wemo. I do have a bunch of Wemo plugs and switches, so that should be very good. And let's get to the conclusion. I'm pretty impressed so far. Let's see. And this will graph everything out on how much power stuff is used. This is pretty sick. Look at that. Of all the power we used with the air conditioning, and then we dropped it off. So I want to pop on the monster air conditioner. I want to see what that thing does. So let's go to home and kick this thing on. So we're at 960 watts. See what this thing does. Wow, this is actually cheaper to run. No way. So this air conditioner here is a 240 volt 240 volt air conditioner. So it uses less power than the traditional 110. And that's actually kind of crazy. This is cheaper to run than the air conditioners in the bedroom. That's hilarious. Okay, so I'm gonna shut this one off temporarily. And we're gonna go into the kids' room, or my secondary bedroom. We're gonna turn on a small AC in here. It's 5,000 BTU. And we'll turn this on. The surge went to 1800. Did you see that? So this uses about 300 watts of power, approximately. This is the 5,000 BTU. So this will determine, it'll sense everything and detect everything. So let's shut it off. Yeah, so about 350 watts that air conditioner uses. That's crazy. It is what it is. So let's go. Hey Google, turn on the master bedroom light. I use a little bit there. The lights shouldn't be a lot. So let's turn on this is an 8,000 BTU air conditioner in the master bedroom. So wait for this thing to kick in. There we go. $1,515, 1,532, 1,530. So this is very expensive to run. So let's shut it off. So 1,539. Wow. That's almost 500, almost 600, 550 watts just on that air conditioner. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. So let's see what it says on the side here, if we actually can read it. How many amps it is. between 5 to 6 amps. So the easy way to figure that out is, Alexa, what's 5 times cancel? Hey Alexa, what's 6 times 120?
6 times 120 is 720.
So that's the maximum it'll use, 720 watts of power for that air conditioner. That's ridiculous. It is what it is. So this is a very good utility. I'm sorry for the long process here, but we're trying to show you the how-tos of this product. Let's go back to the dashboard. Compare similar homes. Let's see. So we're going to call this JoeteckTips. And my zip code, doesn't really matter if you know that. Approximately square footage, I'm going to say 1,500, but it's really 1,200, but no, there's occupants. It's 1. Home type, single family, year built in the 1960s, basement type, unfinished, occupancy, doesn't matter, that doesn't, major devices, oh wow, we don't have any of these. Electric vehicle, I do have one. Make, Toyota, model, Prius, Prime. It is a plug-in. Done. Pool filter, blender. Wow. So it, that's so funny. Dehumidifier, dishwasher. So this should figure it out on its own without me doing anything, but I guess if I want to add it in ahead of time, I could. So hit save on that. Put the air conditioner back on. So let's go to the conclusion. I wanted to let you guys know, I mean, this product is pretty impressive, and I know you guys can admit that. The instructions that comes with this thing is absolutely incredible. It is extremely verbose, and if you have, I mean, the pictures are incredible. And well, obviously the pictures are incredible. It's an incredible product. It's very easy to understand. Simple to understand, simple pictures, simple English for anyone to really fully understand how to do this. I believe my 17-year-old son could do this with no problem whatsoever if he had to. I'm sure he'd be a little scared if he had to do that, but the instructions are very straightforward. And again, as I said before, Sense recommends a licensed electrician to install such device. However, if you are pretty handy with electricity and you know what you're doing, then go for it. It's not that hard. I showed you a how-to video on what we did, and it was a very simple process to do. So I will have a link in the description below to purchase this. This is a very expensive item. It's about $350. The Flex is $350. It's slightly cheaper. I think it's $299 for the non-solar version if you just want to monitor your AC usage. It's a great product. I bought it because I wanted to see my current usage of power because I'm going solar, because that's the reason why I got the Flex. So I plan on going solar once it's installed, and the Flex allows you to go either way. It allows you to upgrade it down the line. So that's the reason why you get the Flex. If you already have solar, then you just get the Sense Solar, okay? And if you don't want any of that, you just want the Sense, just get the Sense. And that is it. The Sense Solar and the Sense Flex are the same price. They're both $350. However, just the plain Sense itself, just for your input, the clamps on the top of the main, I believe is $299. So that said, I don't want to beat the crap out of this video. This is an incredible product, folks. This is something every homeowner should have because it'll detect if something is malfunctioning, your dryer, your washer, whatever it may be, because it has a unique signature. Everything has a unique signature and knows how to do it. So I think I figured out what's going on and using a lot of power out of nowhere. It's my refrigerator. So that's kicking on and going off and kicking on and going off. So that is it. So now, since that it's off, it's now showing about 600 watts of usage. So that's the reason why it kicks up. So now I understand where the power is coming from. So anyway, that said, guys, if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Take care, and we'll see you next time.